Good morning. So I've been shooting a lot of forests and moody scenes recently, and I wanted to kind of challenge myself and change things up a little bit. So I've come to Pewsey Downs in Wiltshire to try something different, I guess. It's going to be a bit of a challenge because, well, the focal point is just not as easy when you've just got these huge open spaces. You have to, think a little bit harder. I came here the other day, scoped it out, and I think I can get some good stuff. So it's early in the morning, about 6:30, and nice morning, bit of cloud, sunny, but I'm feeling confident. So let's go and see what we can see. So I think I found my first shot. There's a line of trees sort of in the dip of a valley over where the sun is rising. They'll say don't shoot into the sun, but actually sometimes shooting into the sun can produce like a really atmospheric image with like the brightness of the sun casting this haziness on the scene. I'm going to try it out from a couple of angles. I'm going to try low with the wheat in the foreground, and then I'm just going to try completely cropping just those trees. I might even include the horse as well, just for good measure. So the settings that I am using, let's have a look. So we are trying this out, ISO 160, f5.6 and 1/500th of a second. So because we're shooting right into the sun, the light meter is saying this is really bright, so that's why we've got such a high shutter speed. I'm exposure bracketing as well, so that means taking an image that is one stop brighter and one stop darker. We'll probably end up using the one stop brighter image because that's kind of more what I'm going for with this shot. Yeah, I think it looks okay. As I was packing up, I grabbed this image of the field with a focus on the wheat in the foreground, and while I don't think it's winning any awards, I was mesmerised by the definition in the plants. It just goes to show that the 5D2, a 12-year-old camera, is still capable of producing technically outstanding images. It's amazing how much the colour temperature changes when the sun goes behind the clouds. So just now the sun was like burning through the clouds and everything was really warm and colourful, and now it's behind the clouds and the colours have just completely changed. It's fascinating. All these greens that were borderline sort of yellow and orange and red now have hints of magenta and blue. So it's quite interesting to see how things change, and it's just a testament as well to just how on the ball you got to be with landscape photography, particularly when the elements are changing, because a shot that looks great 1 second may look absolutely rubbish in the next, just because you missed the light. So yeah, you got to be really on the ball. In this sort of bowl, there's a copse of trees right down the bottom and two sort of ridge lines that lead you to it. Now, what I think is going to be quite nice about this image is you've got a clear focal point, the trees, and then you've got some very definitive lines leading you to the focal point, lit up by the sun, albeit just ever so slightly. I really think that I'm going to just try this out in black and white. I think that the colour isn't as important as the lines and sort of the shapes of the trees. So I'm going to do a panorama as well, because it's quite a wide image, but I don't want all of the rest of the stuff in the frame, like the sides of the valley and the bits of grass in the foreground. I'm just kind of looking for like a slit of image. So the settings for this were 1/30th of a second, f8, ISO 160, and then as I said, I'm shooting a panorama, so it's at 70mm but 3 frames across. Let's see how it turns out. I'm not entirely sure about this one, to be honest. It might just be one of those ones where in the moment you think this is a cracker, and then you get home and you go, actually no, it wasn't that good. But gotta try. I can't tell if this image benefits from the negative space or not. It is quite clearly destined to be a black and white image, that's for sure, but I don't know if the focal point is distinct enough to warrant an entire image dedicated to it. I'd be interested to know your thoughts on this one, so drop me a comment and let me know. So I've got this image in front of me and I'm not entirely sure about it. I kind of like it in theory. It's essentially, it works like this. You have this cattle farm, this cattle shed, which is kind of the base of operations for your eyes. Your eye can dart off all around the image and look at all of the different colours, because that's what the image is about, is the colours. It's the colours of the fields, the yellow, the teal, the brown, the green. Just, it looks like this like pastel board of colour. It's really gorgeous. Now I was kind of hoping for the sun to be making an appearance and adding a bit of drama to the scene. I'm going to take the photo anyway. Let's see how it comes out. Worst comes to worst, it's a throwaway image, and it's always worth taking those. Again, I feel like this image is missing something, but I can't quite put my finger on it. I was lucky enough for the sun to poke through and provide some drama, but I'm not sure it was enough. I think this image, despite best efforts, lacks a distinct focal point, and there's just quite a lot going on. Previously, I said this image was all about the colour, but playing with it in black and white proves that perhaps I was wrong. I actually prefer the black and white version, focusing instead on the contrast and the shape. So there's a couple of images that I've got so far, and I think the next one really, over this next ridge, you can see all of the sort of wheat fields, and you can see the towns across the valley, which I think might make for an okay image. Then after that, I'm going to look for the white horse on the hill, maybe shoot some wheat as a foreground interest. We'll see. And then it's time to go and get some food. I stupidly didn't bring any food out with me, so my stomach is rumbling. I think I've got another image. It's the same trees that we shot earlier, sat between two fields, and we have one of the fields has been tractored, so it's got loads of nice lines running through it, lots of nice shape and contrast, and the other field is less so, so it produces this sort of split image. It looks quite nice. I think I'm going to go for black and white. I don't know just yet. I always think that you should decide if an image is going to be black and white at the time of shooting it, but this time I'm not so sure. The colours are kind of washed out because the sun is behind the clouds. We'll see what it looks like. I might put it in black and white, might not, we'll see. Anyway, let me show you what it looks like. It was so lovely and still this morning, but now it's just super windy. Never mind. Hopefully it means that my voice is clear enough for you to be able to hear my pointless ramblings. So I'm walking along back to the car and I'm scoping out maybe a shot with this horse, but I'm not really sure it's worth it, to be honest. It's just a horse, it's a white horse in the hill. It's cool, don't get me wrong, but is it photo worthy? I don't know. Ideally, I could get some really nice foreground interest, like some flowers or some leading lines or something, but it's so far away that I just don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. So I think I'm going to call it there. I've got some nice images today. I've had a nice walk. Yeah, I think it's been a successful day. It's definitely been a challenge though. It's stuff that I'm not used to shooting at all. No clear subject, difficult to find that interest in the frame, but it's been fun. I've had a good time. And if you've had a good time, if you've enjoyed watching the video, giving me a like would be most appreciated. If you want, hit subscribe, you get to see more videos like this, and yeah, have a nice day. Thanks for watching.